Hello, and welcome back to the Cove with more Surviving Mars Green Planet. Alright, so we have a couple of hours before we have a new dust storm coming in, but that should be fine. That'll give us a little bit more power, as we have been a little bit lacking in that department, but nothing too serious. So, we're going to get ready for that, and part of that is, some of our materials. So in the last episode, when we built this, or the episode before, we did forget to add a little storage here, just for a little bit better efficiency here for our drones. Instead of having to go back and forth, we need to minimize the downtime. So let's go ahead and build a little depot for our concrete. We'll chuck that right about here. Actually, let's make sure that it's on the accessible side. We will set this to 0 because, again, this is only a staging area just so the drones can be a little bit more efficient. And then I think, let's go ahead and do that with a dumping site for rock as well. We'll only make it a small one so we're not spending too much. Hopefully it'll all go over here instead. But for now, we'll go ahead and get that sorted. Alright, and let's see what else was there. Oh, that's right. Thinking of storage between videos, we need another universal depot, just so as we build things out over here, we'll have access to them. And I see that there's a little 3 hex spot here that should cover three of our drones. So let's just double check. Where was it? Here to there. Okay, so let's just keep an eye on that. And then hopefully I get that right. Nope, still wrong. Okay, that's fine, but at least we now have a reference point. That should be there. Nope, I still got that wrong. That is not ideal. Hang on a second, where do we go? Let's go 1 up. Okay, there we go. Let's go and put that... Hang on a second, I'm going to double check. Okay, definitely is on the left-hand side. Alright. That should be what we're after. Alright, so we need that one. The rest we can get rid of. We'll go ahead and leave a desired amount of a few things, I suppose. Yeah, let's just go with 5. We don't need any food out here. We don't need any rare metals, nor fuel, nor seeds. So yeah, polymers, machine parts, electronics, metals and concrete. That'll have to be good enough. And that way we can start to build out our underground metals, our regular metals, and even our water deposits. Alright, so it looks like our command drone doesn't need to be hanging out here anymore. So let's go ahead and bring them... where do we want to leave you for now? I don't know. Let's just send him back up over in this direction. That should be fine. Yeah, that should be a-okay. Our lake is still slowly increasing in its water status. It's technically frozen water at this stage, since we are not warm enough for frozen. But yeah, it's all frozen, but that should be changing in the near future. Alright, oh, and before I forget, we have a shuttle back at Earth. Let's go ahead and send this back to us. I don't think that there's anything that we need as far as cargo is concerned. I don't feel like picking up any passengers at this exact moment. We could definitely do something like that, but right now I don't think we're really hurting for our population. So let's just go ahead and return that back to Mars, and we'll do a couple of planetary missions, I think, once it does return. Alright, so dust storm should be 1 hour away. Let's just make sure that we are doing everything we can. Yep, triple electric scrubbers are up and running. That should cover most things. Alright, there go all of our solar panels, but now our wind turbines are doing an absolute fantastic job. Is it just me, or is the game got rather noisy for a second? Alright, not really sure why I was doing that, but it is what it is. Yes, let's go ahead and turn off a couple of things since we don't want people working outside. Fusion reactor, let's disable this. Polymer factory, we don't want that running either. Let's keep the sanity of some of our workers around. And then... let's see, we can probably turn off our fuel refinery for now. In fact, we can probably turn both of them off, just to preserve the amount of water that we have. Yeah, alright, so we should be fine. We've got more than a couple of weeks for both. But again, at the end of the day, you never know what kind of ill events are going to occur. So it's best to be sure. Alright, but either way, here comes another event for the last war. Resupply cut off.
Supply embargo is now in effect.
We must make do with what we can obtain by ourselves for however long a period this turns out to be. Resupply with resources is now unavailable. Okay. Conservation takes priority, but I think we're doing fine as far as our resources, so we should be safe. Although, speaking of resources, actually, let's just fix this up first. Yeah, terrible location, but it is what it is. Yes, speaking of resources, we do have a small machine parts factory at the moment. We've got a couple of engineers working here, but I think it's about time we moved up the food chain as far as production is concerned. So, let's go ahead and... whereabouts is it? Oh wait, under production. Where is that? Here we are. Okay, let's go ahead and build ourselves a machine parts factory. We picked up the tech a little while ago, and I think it's time that we installed such a building. So let's pop this down over here in our new dome. We will then kick people out of here, and I think we'll keep this primarily as a children's education space. But I think, yeah, building this up will just guarantee that we have better capacity. At the moment, our machine parts maintenance is about 6.3 and our production is 7, but again, I'd rather make sure that we have a larger margin of error just in case. Alright, so let's see, is there much else we really need to worry about? We have a few vacant job spots, but everyone else seems to be working as best as possible. We're making a good 10.3 thousand science per day, so yeah, research there is going to be very nice. Do we... oh, you know what? Maybe we open up our Hawking Institute a little bit further since we have some people in the research lab. Yeah, we'd rather these be working if possible. Oh. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And we'll see. That should be good. Got the amplification on both of those. Yeah, that'll be fine. Now, apparently we're still a little bit short on power, which is a little bit weird. We shouldn't be draining, but you know what? Maybe that's just for during the day. Yeah, that could just be for during the day. So you know what? For now, we don't really need too much in the way of rare metals. Let's just turn this off for now. That'll save us 30 power. And then... let's see, what else can we do? Maybe we need to build another couple of turbines. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to end up having to do. I was hoping to get a little bit of research done before things, just so we could focus on other buildings. I think, yeah, my next goal for power should probably be this artificial sun, and I guess we have an empty space right now, so let's go ahead and build, chuck that on the list. So at the end of the day, we're making almost 10,000 science, so that should be 1, 2, 3, 4... about 5 days worth, and we will have access to the microfusion. So we'll need a whole bunch of concrete, a whole bunch of polymers, and yeah, concrete, polymers, and metals. But that should hopefully sort things out for a little while. We'll go ahead and still build it up over here. But I guess to get us through, let's go ahead and continue building out a few more of these. Wind turbines. Let's go ahead and... where do we want to put them? That's already kind of feeling a little bit cluttered. I suppose we could put in one more. Let's just turn that around. We can put one there. That'll give us an extra 20 something with everything going on. And then we can also go ahead and... can we put this here? Yes, we can. Okay, so that's not a bad location. And you know what? We can even build one more for now. Yeah, and that should get us through until we get this artificial sun. We'll need a few more polymers for sure, but I think we're producing them at a fairly solid rate. Assuming, of course, the dust storm does not cause us too many problems. But again, by the time we get everything to where it needs to go, that'll be fine. Alright, and we also have a drone assembling building as well. Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and... How are these fellows going in? Yeah, their comfort's not exactly the best right now. Their sanity is fine though, it seems. Yeah, dust storm, it's nothing too serious. Yeah, the security stations are helping, so the sanity's fine. Okay, well that's actually good to see. That seems like we are fairly good in that front. You know what, we'll leave them there. It's only a little bit of power, and it does help us build up a couple more drones, which will overall be a very, very good thing for us. So I think for now, we'll go ahead and leave that there. Let's see, anywhere that does need some drones, speaking of such things. Medium. Let's go ahead and unpack a couple. There we go, so that should be good. And then these fellows, yeah, they've got a fairly low workload. Maybe we go ahead and pack up a couple of them.
Complete.
Yeah, but we'll see. Alright, well either way, there goes Martian-born strength. That is fantastic timing. So now, I believe, we no longer have to worry about any sanity damage for our Martian-born. Or at least from disasters. That means we're now working on the home collective, farm automation, carbonate processes, microfusion, and then what else do we care for? We don't really need storage. Maybe we go for extra drone battery capacity. But again, that's not really too needed very much given our breakthrough for the instant recharge. So let's maybe go and pick up interesting. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe we go for something really good. Water requirements for crops is reduced by 50%. That would be nice. Better traits, and then construction nanites. No, let's go for the gene selection. There we go. That'll be good for us. I think that'll help us gain some better traits for our people. Yeah. I think as far as tech is concerned, we have the minimum to keep everything up and running. It's just going to be a matter of supply, demand, and the resource availability. But I think we'll be doing fairly alright. This seems to be going okay with the dumping sites now. All the concrete's getting transferred across. We could go ahead and boost up our metal production. Although we do have 2 up and running, so that's not the worst. But again, we needed, what was it, 300? Or was it 200 metals? 300. Okay, you know what? Maybe it is worthwhile just to build up one more. The grade is very high, so that'll come through nice and quickly. We've already made decent progress through this section here, and over here. What is the quality of the vein here? Average. Okay, so... You know what? Why not? Let's go ahead and build that. We'll have it, and then at least we won't need it at some point. And let's see, how close can we get? I suppose that'll be fine. Hexes aren't overlapping, so we won't be throwing excess dust onto the concrete extractor, and vice versa. That's the main thing. And then our power cables, luckily, are nice and cheap because they are free. So... yeah, no issues there either. Alright, but either way, let's go ahead and look at the last War Doomsday Clock.
Tensions are rising at a rate faster than even the most pessimistic predictions.
The UN has adopted the Doomsday Clock that the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists has used since the end of World War II to highlight how close humanity is to self-extinction. It is now set at 2 minutes to midnight, a level at which hasn't been since the early 21st century. Alright, things are spiraling out of control. Well, if things do go terribly back at Earth, at least we are not there, so, you know, we'll have to see how that goes. Alright, so let's see, what have we got? Temperature is increasing, we've got some more water going, that's rather nice. Do we want to build ourselves another lake? That is an interesting prospect. And it looks like all of this has panned out fairly well for the Universal Depot, that's good, just as I had hoped. Let's see, if we were to go ahead and do this, how much would that cost us again? We need terraforming lakes, various sizes. I believe we went with a huge lake already. Yes, we did. And it doesn't really show us anything at this point. Okay, so let's see. We probably need another one. I suppose the cost isn't that great of an issue, although it is concrete. Oh dear, we're going to need a whole stack of concrete, aren't we, for the artificial sun? Yes, we are. Alright, well then, if that is the case, let's just avoid that for now. Let's go ahead and... I think we go ahead and we tie this thing in as well. We're definitely going to need to get that up and going. So that's what we'll do. Okay, we're going to get rather power hungry very quickly. So, concrete extractor. Let's put this in the right spot. Yes, there's no cable connection, but that's easily fixed. Again, unbreakable cables that cost us nothing is fine. We'll go ahead and build some storages for efficiency's sake. So there is the concrete depot. Pop that there, and then we'll have a dumping site nearby. And then, of course, we need the power cables. So, actually, you know what? We're going to let that thing finish building. Yeah, we'll probably have to go around this way. I think that'll be fun. But I would just rather not have to do it twice. Avoid coming back and doing it again. So either way, those guys will do that. Looks like we have probably a few too many drones over here, but I guess this still has to get up and running, so maybe not. We'll leave that be. At some point... Do you not have access to those materials? We need 3 metals and 2 machine parts, and we are getting the materials there, so I guess everything is working as intended. But apparently, we now have a problematic Moxie. Okay, what's going on there? You tap the red light on the terminal with your finger. It should have turned green when the dust storm dissipated. It looks like a Moxie unit is out of order. Moxies shut down during dust storms to prevent their dust filter from jamming up and damaging the unit. However, the filter on this one is completely clogged. Oxygen production is vital for the colony, but per filter repair will take 24 hours. What should we do? Well, you know what? This is fine. This is not an issue whatsoever. We have made more than enough Moxies. There's, I believe it's 1 for every dome, except for maybe our newest one. We still have an absolute ridiculous amount of oxygen. We can make this work. So, we can make a new filter. That'll cost 3 polymers. We can wait the 24 hours for repairs, and or we can bypass the filter, but more maintenance. Honestly, we can just wait for the repairs. That's not a bad thing for us. Making a new filter, I don't see that being... Well, actually, hang on a second. We are the inventor here, so maybe... Okay, so here's what's running through my mind. If we try out our inventor bonuses, maybe we get some new breakthrough and make our Moxies more efficient. Either that, or we can just wait for the repairs. But you know what? For the gamble of 3 polymers, which we have an absolute excess of, let's go ahead and give that a try. Alright, and so since we've got that sorted, let's go ahead and get that polymer factory back up and running. Let's land our rocket ship, and we can... what was the other building we can turn back on? I'm not 100% certain. Oh yeah, our fusion reactor. We can get that up and running, and then... I think that'll be good enough for now. Yeah, we're still running a slight deficit, which is not ideal, but again, if we check out our accumulators, we're doing fine. We're not really too heavily burdened. And that is with some new additions. Let's go. There we are. Make that work. Oh, and yeah, before I forget, we also need storage over here as well. So let's go with our metals. Again, all sorted. We have that small rock one nearby, so that should be fine. They can make that work. And I think that is good. Actually, you know what? We are going to start costing a few machine parts, but you know what? That's not really an issue right now. I was tossing up whether it's worth building a couple of triple electric scrubbers, but I think right now it's a bit more than what we need. But either way, let's go ahead and pack up some of these drones from over here. That's no longer necessary. We'll pop them out over here. That should be fine. And then... oh yes, what's going on here? Alright, we still have the exports. Alright, well you know what? That's not what we want to do right now. Let's go and have a check for some expeditions. We can do a meteor capture, or... actually, it looks like we only have a meteor capture, or go for some more money. Yeah, yielding diminishing returns. Still a very nice sum of money, but again, for 30 electronics, it's not too bad. But the 50 metals right now is kind of what I'm hoping to maintain for now. We could do the capture the meteors, but I think for now maybe we don't bother. Let's see if we can... maybe we do just return this to Earth. Yeah, okay, maybe we just go ahead and sell off our extra wares for now. That should be fine. And yeah, make a little bit more money. And who knows, maybe even outsource a bit too. Yeah, alright, so before we do that, let's just double check on how things are going back over in our domes now that we have shuffled around some of our workers. Hawking Institute, you know, let's turn that, get a few people off the night shift. You can go ahead and fill up over there. The research lab, not exactly ideal, so let's turn the building and let them go to the Institute instead. And then what else do we want? We're still 75 power down. I know what we can do. We can happily go ahead and invest in a few more polymer blades for our large wind turbines. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then... maybe we disable some of our buildings during the night time. We don't really need the rare metals at this stage, so maybe we just go ahead and use that during the day. We have more than we could possibly need for now. So we'll leave that. We will leave the GHG factories running. We want that for the terraforming progress. And then... what's going on here? No machine parts. Hang on a second. We should have access to this. Why is that not happening? Is this some kind of weird scenario where it technically covers but it doesn't really cover? Oh, that's annoying. I thought I had got that right. Okay, so there's a transport. You know what? Let's go ahead and send you back onto automated mode. You've got better jobs to do. You, however, should be collecting machine parts. And then, you know what? So can you. And then once both of you have them, we'll go ahead and finish that. Yeah, can't find the required resources. That's a very weird situation for that to be happening. But it is what it is. Let's go ahead and drop those off.
Research complete.
And then, oh, there goes our home collective. Excellent. So we can upgrade our homes to increase their comfort. How much does that cost us? 5 polymers. Okay, so again, we're still trying to get this power up and running. We are running a slight excess of power right now. We're gonna need a fair few. Just trying to think, maybe we disable an amplification somewhere? We could probably afford that. Oh, right, we did turn on a machine parts factory. Right, that's what's going on there. Okay, you know what we need to do? We need to go ahead and we need to turn off the building here. Those 6 should come over here and start working there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and do we go to 1 extra somewhere else? Yeah, one of the extras can go to the electronic factory for now. But we'll have to negotiate that. So that's turned off. That is fine. That's not consuming any more power. That's helping us out a fair bit. Okay, so maybe that's where some issues were coming in. We'll go ahead and do the factory AI for now. We'll leave the amplification process as well, just to help us save a little bit of extra power, and we'll come back and see how that goes. Alright, so, rocket. Return to Earth. There we go. War tension's up to 31%. I'm kind of surprised they haven't asked to send any refugees over here, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Let's see. Home collectives. Oh no, we're still trying to save our polymers, but our production... What is our production? 13.1 per day. That's quite respectable. So... Oh no, 14.3. Okay, we're using less than 5, so we're making 10 per day. Still going to take us 15 souls for us to get to the polymer count that we're... Wait, 15 days for the polymer count? Yes. Yeah, still going to take us a while. But we can pick up another tech, so we may as well. Let's just go ahead and pick up the... Martian funding. You know, let's just go with our social and make everyone a little bit happier. Let's go with the increased service comfort. Or maybe, you know what, that's maybe we go for the advanced rocketry for when we do bring in some more colonists. Yeah, you know what, let's go ahead and do it. That's a fairly cheap tech. And if we do need to bring a whole bunch of people to our planet, we can happily get them on the same ship as before with better results for our little colony. So that'll be fun. Looks like our sanatorium is working rather hard, which is excellent. Plenty of engineers are there. Maybe we even go ahead and Do we go ahead and open up a second shift at the sanatorium? You know what, let's go ahead and do that. It's nothing too crazy as far as power is concerned. We do have 1 engineer over here that's apparently not in the best spot, so maybe we go ahead and shuffle you across. Yeah, I think that seems good enough. Let's move you over to the apartments, and then you can work at the machine parts factory, which will be very nice. Yeah, oh, and this scientist, wait a second, where are you from? You're from here. Huh. Well, that's not quite good enough. I would rather you doing science in our science building. So, can we find any old people? No old people here. Doesn't look like old people there. Alright then, well maybe we kick... Yeah, let's just evict the non-specialized here. So then we'll go ahead and we will take... where are you? Your scientist. Assign you to the building back over there. And then you should automatically start doing a little bit more science for us. Yeah, alright. Science has dropped, so I'm guessing our outsourcing is finished. And you know what? We still have the money, so let's go ahead and get that up and running again. The faster we can get through some of this tech, the better. And money is fairly easily made. We can do that planetary anomaly at least twice more. That should give us some more. What's that? 1.5 billion, and then I'd be assuming about a 1 billion, since it seems to give us diminishing returns by about 500 million per go. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. Let's see. Let's also go ahead and maybe we'll open up our power fusion reactor as well. See that we get a couple more people up and running. Yeah, just make sure that that power stays fine. I really want to make sure that our accumulators are maxed out. We do not want to fall into an energy deficit. That would be very, very bad. But it looks like things are going okay, so let's go ahead and let's turn on one of our old fuel refineries. That should be fine. We've still got plenty of excess. And then... that concrete here is amplified. Oh, right. And we still need another metal. Okay. So, you know what? Before we finish up today, let's go ahead and make sure that that gets sorted. We have one metal there, so that should be fine. Alright, little drone, you go over there and pick up one of those, please, and thank you. And then let's finish with this one. Yeah, that's... Oh, that is so annoying that those drones can't quite see that. That is quite irritating. But it is what it is. Luckily, that now means that that's built. We'll go ahead and we'll power that on as well, making sure... Too far from Drone Commander? That is a non-issue there, buddy. We have bonus text to not have an issue there. And I think that's just a false message, so that seems like it's up and running. Let's go ahead and amplify, just so we can get everything going as much as we need. We should have a couple of polymers there already, so let's go... wait, 3 electronics hanging out there. That's weird, but alright. Let's go and... collect those resources. We'll dump them off over here for now. And then we'll pick up the 2 polymers that are necessary. And research I think complete. That should be good. Alright, so now that both of you have done that... what are you doing? Nothing? No. We want... Let's get resources, 2 polymers. And yeah, we'll go ahead and move them there. I guess we're going to have to go ahead and shuffle this Universal Depot at least one more to the right, just so more of this is accessible. It's kind of annoying that that's what's had to happen, but it is what it is. Let's see. So, upgrade cost. Can we go ahead and drop that off? Does either drone have a polymer? Carrying a concrete. No. You have a... Okay, why are we not able... That is really unusual. Okay, so you know what? We're going to go ahead and... we're going to tell you to drop the carried resource. And then... Where is the other guy? I could have sworn there was a second hanging around. Well, you know what? That's fine. We'll just leave that there for today. We'll go ahead and we'll get the commander drone to fix all of this. Yeah, there we go. Let's just drive him over there. And that will be that sorted. No worries there. Alright, but either way, that's where we're going to leave things for today. We'll come back in the next one. We'll hopefully make our way through some of this tech rather nice and fast. And we should be all good. So if you do want to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning in to the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan, signing out.